My name is Luis Macias. I'm the CEO of GrainChain. We're GrainChain. We focus in agricultural-based systems, everything from inventory management, process management, settlement, logistics, and everything in between. Our main focus since 2013 has been process automation, taking kind of the humans out of the procurement of the products and the commodities. We have 24 different commodities in our system, everything from corn to coffee, Milo. We focus on dry goods, dry grains. We've recently started looking into working with all types of different commodities throughout our system. We have offices in South Texas, which is a very large import area for the United States for produce and all types of products into the United States, and also stuff going into Mexico. And we have offices in Guadalajara, Mexico, and Honduras. Our main focus is really trying to streamline the process between the growers and the individual buyers, whether it's processing facilities, exporters, or anything in between. So we currently have 3 products on the market. We have a total of 5 products in development. Commodity is our settlement system, Harvex is our logistics management system, and Silosys is our inventory management and warehouse management system. Our true real intention is connecting people directly, increasing the trust in the overall transactions, producing extremely reliable machine-produced data, and empowering the mid to small producers. What we're attempting to do is kind of level the playing field, is allow for a lot of the middlemen that become part of the process that don't add a lot of value. We're trying to kind of eliminate them from the supply chain. What we're also doing with a lot of larger global partners is we're providing extremely efficient technology to them in a service. So we have customers as small as individual farmers, and we have customers as large as global purchasing corporations who need to make their process more efficient and more transparent. The way that the system pretty much works, and this is a standard version of what the system looks like, but all of this is modular, so it's very easily modifiable. But we start with smart contracts, and these contracts are among the facilities that buy the products and the producers, cooperatives, or groups of farmers that are farming the product. We usually start out with forward contracts where both parties are very used to a scenario, so we create it very similar to like Wizards of or like LegalZoom and things of that sort, where it asks both parties a series of questions that are formulated to mimic their business. You know, what do you want to sell? How much do you want to sell it for? When do you want to give it? When do you want to turn it in? What are the conditions? What happens when the unexpected happens, when the quality isn't the best? Do we provide deductions to the product? Do we have penalties? Do we return the product? All of those different questions. Who are the parties in the contract? Are there brokers involved? Are there landlords involved? Are there payees involved? Are there lien holders, banks that hold notes to these products, etc.? Once we finish that series of questions, which is brief and precise, and we've kind of built the interface so that people with higher education all the way down to no education can kind of go through these types of contracts. We produce a very similar contract to what people would be doing by hand, but in a digital format on a cellular phone. They're able to review these contracts and create them. Once these contracts are created, we have different methods of securing the execution of the contract, which are either attaching it to an escrow account that holds the money to pay the contract, or we have the ability to do pay-as-you-go contracts, or we have the ability to do percent depletion contracts, which are, you know, we put a deposit down for the product, the deposit is held in escrow, and as the product is being received, then those amounts are being settled with the actual seller, and more money is being pulled in the account in a cyclical basis. Once these contracts have been created, the farming happens, the product comes out, and then we attach our Harvex system, which is our logistics management system. That system is a highly sophisticated logistics management with a very, very easy to use front end. You would compare it similar to a lot of the ride-sharing apps of today, like Uber or Lyft, where farmers or logistics managers can call out least cost bids for movement. They can share trucks. The truckers are able to get notifications to go out to fields on certain pre-programmed certain dates. They're also able to follow the harvesting wherever it is. It allows them to really see where all of their trucks are going and how they're getting there. What it does for us is it gives us a machine-produced footprint of where that product is coming from. So when the truck driver is using our system because he downloaded it onto his phone, we're able to see that he got to the field. We're able to produce geo-generated data that tells us the exact point that he picked it up. We're able to get data from the farmer directly from his phone on who owns it, what the type is, where it's from. We're able to connect to machine data if there is machine data available. And then we're able to track it from the source all the way to the warehouse. The Harvex platform allows for the logistics to be paid on delivery, but on our end, we're able to see truly, you know, the results of turning it into the warehouse. We're able to see everything that's happening inside of the warehouse, and we attach that to the product. So at the end of the day, we're kind of satisfying both ends. We want all of this information, but it gets real hard for people to enter this information. So we give them this bid system and this logistics system as a benefit to using the system. The truck drivers are able to get paid per transaction or on a schedule digitally through the system, and we are able to get real data and not just, hey, trust me, it came from this field and from this farmer, take my word for it. You know, we kind of take all of that out. What we also do is we interface directly into the inventory management system, whether it's ours or we integrate to one that the warehouse is using. We push that data into the system, and we do not allow any kind of manual data entry. What that does is it eliminates the possibility of mistakes, but it also starts eliminating a lot of the potential fraud that could happen. When you're expecting a product and you're expecting certain information from that product, who it came from, what truck came in, you know, the trucker's information, the route, all that stuff, that gets pushed straight into the inventory management system. Our inventory management system is quite unique. It is integrated to multiple types of Internet of Things hardware, whether it's scales. We connect to a lot of chemical composition machines, warehouse sensors. We do all of this so that we can not only verify the information that's coming in, but we're able to truly grade the products as they're coming in. When it comes to grain, we have actual on-site laboratories that are integrated directly into the system. When it comes to other products, we're able to interface depending on what products they use to gauge what it is. What this does is it gives me a really solid, transparent record of what's going on. Our inventory management system also manages the processes inside of the facility. So we know when the truck came in, we know what it dropped off, we know we create custom process flows that allow for us to be able to monitor at a distance everything that's going on within the warehouse and where the product is being moved. In coffee, we monitor the fermentation process, the drying process, the sacking process, the individual inventory movement and laboratory. With you know, food grade corn, we monitor what tanks they went in, what the results are, you know, where it's going, you know, the grinding process, all of those different things. That's a custom-based process that we do for each one of our customers that allow for us to, at a bird's eye view, see what all the facilities are doing at all times. We try to eliminate humans out of every aspect, and in the areas that we do have humans enter information, we try to build checks and balances for us to be able to detect any kind of mistake or fraud that may be happening in that process. When all that information is collected and the product is graded, that information gets sent over to our Commodity product. And our Commodity is our financial settlement system. And that system, what it does is it's holding the smart contract and it's holding the payments that go to the different producers that are bringing in the product. Once the system automatically grades the product, or a certificate or a laboratory result or a judgment is made on the product, it goes up to our system and it immediately releases the funds to the seller, or it does it in a scheduled format, or it sends it to an interface that your payables department can see and just check it off, and that money flow goes directly to them. What it does is it gives you a tremendous amount of ability to not only market that you are extremely transparent, but it also streamlines your back office. It eliminates kind of a lot of the paperwork that goes back and forth, a lot of the process that goes back and forth in order to get a payment out. Your producers love you, and your main offices have a very clear and transparent view. What we get at the end of the day is a very, very real-time vision of what's going on in your facilities. Here, I'm just going to go kind of a little bit into specifics on the individual products and kind of the benefits. The silo system, the warehouse management or the silo management application, is an all-in-one solution. It gives the ability to integrate with existing platforms, whether you have an accounting package, whether you have some kind of ERP that you use. We go ahead and write and read from that system. It increases the reliability. It creates a real-time admin of everything that's going into your system. We integrate with your scales. We integrate with your chemical readers, moisture readers. We're looking at different devices, including alpha toxin readers and things of that sort, to make sure of what's coming in and what quality, et cetera, so that we can gauge and grade the product that's coming in as it's coming in. It allows us to be in very remote and unstable areas where internet is not as stable or great. We have desktop versions, we have web versions, iOS and Android versions. We have applications for everyone within your world. So your operators, your farmers, your buyers, and your logistics, they all have their own applications that we give to. So the real-time data is just not for you. It's also for your producers and your clients. So when people go and drop things off, they have a real-time history of everything they dropped off instantly as it's coming in. They also, your logistics managers, your buyers, your operators, they all have this instant view of everything that's going on. The silo or warehouse operators have real-time information on what's in there, what's the storages, what's coming in and what's going out by the commodity, location, buyer, and seller. We have very specific detail history, customer reports, logistics information, statistics, contract status, and performance metrics that are all custom built to what your business needs, so that you are able to run your business and not have to monitor these things. And when you are monitoring, you're looking at very specific custom-made reports. Your farmers are able to see what they've turned in real time. They're able to have real-time history. So a lot of your farmers that sell to you can go and use this type of information and go to banks and show them, hey, these are the contracts that I've done, this is what I've produced, this is the quality, and they're able to go back and produce these reports whenever they want for as long as they want. They're able to see the progress of their contracts and where they're at. They're able to see their financial data as it's coming in. And then you get into what our settlement platform is really looking at. And in this settlement platform, we're reducing the middlemen, we're increasing the transaction reliability, we're increasing the traceability, and we're really looking into opening up a lot more when it comes to global trade. Our platform is instant, so we're able to provide instant payment to our customers, or very fast payment depending on the size and the region that you're in, according to the regulations of that area. But you're able to see very, very clearly what's coming in and what's going out. Our blockchain platform not only allows for smart contracts, but it allows for transparency and immutability among everyone in your ecosystem. Integrators or other systems that talk to our system, warehouse operators, farmers, buyers, consumers, insurance regulators, and banks can all have their own specific type of access to your system that you could give them for auditing purposes. But you have the choice of who has this information and how they have this information. How does it work? An example smart contract, we kind of went over it right now a little bit, is, you know, we start the new wizard system that asks the questions. The contract's negotiated and the monies are escrowed, or the type of payment is established. You can have multiple payees, you can have everyone involved within the system, you can have multiple drop-off points. Let's say you have an intermediary warehouse where you want to store things and you want to track that, but you don't want to pay the farmer until it gets to the final destination, or it has to go through export ports, etc. We can build that all into the system. When the commodity goes on its first trip and it's dropping off its individual products, it sends and it gets into the warehouse. It goes ahead and sends this information to all of our nodes within our network, and it verifies that the product is correct, the quality is correct, that all of the different verifications are correct, and that's accepted. Once that's accepted, then the payment is sent to the individual farmers, the drivers, the storage areas, the payees, everyone within the network. Let's say this is a two-trip step. We already paid the farmer, but we need to pay a driver and a broker to get it to its second location. When it gets to that second location, our system analyzes that, it looks at it, it approves it, and then it pays the driver and a second broker as part of the process. At the end, the contract's been fully executed, and the commodity, the title to the commodity is given to the buyer, and everyone cashes their money out, and the money's in their bank account. In the United States, farmers are going to facilities and dropping off their products at 11 a.m., and by 2 p.m. they have physical money in their bank account ready and accessible. We have a lot of different types of users within the system, everything from web portals to APIs to mobile apps that allow for the information to flow along everyone along the chain. Our dashboard gives us a really, really clear view of all of the contracts, everything that's been opened, executed, what's pending. It'll give you great statistics on live on how all of your products are, where they're moving. You have integrated communication devices that allow you to speak to each individual facility, and it allows you to manage everything at a very high end. And then our logistics management app is digitizing the process, really producing extremely reliable data and reducing human error. Our application really allows the ability to open up logistics among the most simple user all the way to the most complex. It allows you to see where all of your trucks are. It allows you to see what is coming up and where it's going. It allows you to really verify not only your logistics, but it gives you a real-time view of where it's going. No more, we'll be there in 30 minutes. No, I know you're 4 hours away. To the farmer, it gives direct access to the truckers, real-time logistics information, more efficient operation, and it's fully compatible with the GrainChain platform and any other platform you may want to integrate it with. We can see when the driver picked up the material. You can see the maps of where it went. If there's incidents or issues, if they change trucks, or if there's an accident, you have very, very traceable data to be able to see that. You can also verify whether they actually went to your facility and dropped off or whether they did not. The drivers get faster payment. They have a big incentive to download the app. Once they've downloaded the app, they're part of your network and you can always use them. You can also use people that are outside of your network. You can manage your business operation. You can see your trips. You can get paid. You can do everything that a more sophisticated logistics company would have in there. Plus, you're able to find more jobs. And your facilities, you're able to create incredible accountability. You're able to do ad hoc management. So if you have a bunch of drivers going to one warehouse and that warehouse is full and you want to move it to a different, you can change them mid-trip and move them around. You can really just manage a fleet like if it's yours, but these are all contractors that are bringing material. You're also allowed to split your loads, so you're able to go ahead and take half a truck. Your farmer is able to take half a truck and split it with somebody else, et cetera, to be able to lower the cost of everything. This is more of a model that we're doing in Central America. We're providing loans to individual farmers. We do a triangulation contract to where if a farmer has a forward contract with a processing facility, we're able to get them loans through financial institutions, and we're able to pay off those loans as the product is coming in. It's a very, very attractive model that we're using in Central America, and we're applying over to South America. But it is a very safe way. If your facility is used to letting farmers borrow money for their crop, this is a very efficient way to be able to loan them the money and be able to recoup the money when they drop off the product and close out those loans in an automated fashion. We're able to bring in external liquidity or use your liquidity to do the process, and we're able to give them digital wallets so that they can manage their money and be able to cash this money anywhere they want for people who don't have bank accounts. I know a lot of processing facilities in Mexico have a loan program to their farmers, and they run with a tremendous amount of cash and risk. This kind of eliminates that process. And what we're finally doing is, at the end of 2020, we're producing a global marketplace, somewhere where you can put your products and be able to sell them internationally to different buyers. We call this a blind marketplace, so you're able to put the product, the quality, and the history line of everywhere where it came from, and you're able to sell it in bulk to other countries. We also have the ability to do international trade, the FX portion of it, where you can change pesos to dollars or euros. We are able to work this in 80 different countries. That's a very, very quick, simple explanation of what we're doing at GrainChain.